flexibility of prepaid cell phone plans is great and can potentially save you tons of cash. So why does everyone still insist on signing a contract? Let's take a look at the pros and cons of prepaid versus contract cell phone plans. For prepaid, you got advantages such as there is no contract commitment. You can pay as you go or pay by the day you use it. The disadvantage is that there is no discount on the phones. For a contract, the advantages are there is that it is convenient and not necessary for you to pay for minutes regularly, and you get a discount on the phone. But the disadvantage is that you have to get locked into a contract. You've got several reasons to consider prepaid. If you suspect that what you'd pay in a contract is more expensive than what you would pay in prepaid, looking into this option is a pretty valid alternative. Even if you're currently out of the contract, but if your talking and data needs have changed, changing your plan will often obligate you to commit to a new 2-year contract, regardless of what provider you use. For keeping your number, contract plans can seem like the adult grown-up version for the prepaid. For prepaid, this option isn't just an alternative for unwieldy teenagers. The major carrier will allow you to port your existing number into the prepaid plans, and if you're already using Google Voice Number to manage your existing numbers, you won't have to change a thing to get started. For AT&T, they started off with the individual plans that would most likely fulfill everyone's needs. If you switched to AT&T's GoPhone prepaid monthly plans, you would pay $10 more every month for less anytime and night and weekend minutes. Over a contract span, that's $240 more expensive than the contract. Their 2-year commitment nationwide $450 contract plan, on the other hand, would cost you $959.76 over 2 years. If you're stuck with the prepaid monthly plan for 2 years, it would cost you roughly $1,200. The monthly prepaid option in this case is not ideal for the long-term solution, but if you wanted the freedom to change your carrier at any time, you would be able to opt out of the service without paying the cancellation fee, which would likely level the playing field. AT&T GoPhone pay by the day option is a much better value over the Nation 450 plan, with unlimited calling features, but only if you use your phone less than 13 days out of the month. But there's another prepaid plan worth noting. AT&T Simply Pay As You Go plan allows for unlimited talking and texting for $60 a month. If you need the unlimited plan, it's much better than the contract unlimited version that requires you to pay $70 a month without texting. The contract requires you to pony up to $240 more, which is not surprisingly enough to buy a new phone. AT&T also allows the option for adding text and data plans to prepaid options. If you have a smartphone, this feature can easily translate to savings if you know what you're doing. You could, for example, use your Google Voice and route your calls to Skype for free calls and utilize it for texting. T-Mobile has a prepaid option like any good major wireless carrier should, but distinguishes that this carrier from others is the new ability to stay on a plan and go contractless, called the Even More and the Even More Plus plans. Both plans feature the free in the network callings and free nights and weekends. Each features the ability to add on SMS and data packages, with the only difference being that contract links on phone discounts. The Even More plan requires a 2-year contract and offers a phone discount, while the Even More Plus plan requires no contract and does not offer a phone discount. The Even More Plus 500 ends up cheaper than the contract version, since the huge variable factors is the phone. We ran on eBay and returned the Samsung Gravity 2 for around $100. If you're willing to purchase a phone from a third party, that brings the overall cost of the Even More Plus 500 down to $819.75 a year, making it about $140 cheaper to stay out of the contract. We didn't compare the T-Mobile True plans, prepaid plans, but seeing as how the main draw of prepaid plans is the ability to stay contractless, we opted to focus on the Even More Plus plan, and the Even More Plus plan remains a better value than any T-Mobile's other prepaid options, unless you talk only at night to the other T-Mobile customers and you do not talk every day. The T-Mobile prepaid options can also lack the ability to add SMS and or data packages. At the end of the day, the point isn't to save more money. It's about not being tied to a particular carrier or phones for 2 years. Just because you signed a contract or just so you could save a little money up front on a phone you want to replace in less than 2 years anyway with a prepaid plan should matter most. Thank you. So what audience?